All right, in this video, I want to talk about why Turo hosts don't make money. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're a Turo host or you've been thinking about becoming a Turo host, or you've just ran into a bunch of videos about becoming a Turo host or being on Turo. I made a ton of these videos, but in this video, it might be long, so I'm going to cut right to it. It's about why Turo hosts don't make money. And there's four main reasons. And it's not a theory, it's not an opinion. This is based off of my 7 years in experience and talking with other hosts, connecting with quite a few hosts, especially lately, looking over accounts, looking into their back office accounts, looking at their settings. And that's something I haven't been able to really do. I've been on this side, I've only seen my settings. I've shared my settings in the past, but I've never seen others until just recently, this past 30 to 60 days. And I'm quite amazed on the settings that people do have. And so I want to do this quick video and just share the first four so you don't need to watch the entire video, just in case it goes too long. But if you do stay past the four and past the first couple minutes here, I will share my account, I will share some of my numbers, I'll share where I really failed this early this month, and it should have been a really good month. We had a holiday entering this month, and I took the holiday. I went on vacation. This should have been one of my best months, and you wouldn't think so because of a lot of Turo hosts that are failing and a lot of Turo hosts that are reaching out to me. But maybe you're different, maybe your market's different, but I think there's a lot of similar characteristics in every single market. And I'm starting to really see that as I dive both, not on the front end, looking at your listing, but also looking at many of other host back office settings. So the first one, it's real simple. It's you don't have last minute bookings. And I will say that's quite important because last minute bookings is probably on a busy weekend, it's everything. For one, you have a setting that you can put there for last minute booking 10% booster, which increases the price up to 10%. So that's real nice. People who are booking last minute, they either had a plan already, they already had a reservation that canceled, or it's a last minute thing and they're not really thinking about price. So that's where you can really take advantage of a different market where price isn't an issue, or price, they're not so sensitive to price, right? So if you're not getting last minute bookings, it's because your setting isn't set to 1 hour. You're not providing a delivery service to the airport where you'll probably get a lot of bookings. If you're by an airport, a last minute booking set to up to 1 hour, as quickly as 1 hour, is definitely crucial in this business, especially if you're trying to really do this as a full-time gig. If you're really trying to do this and make a ton of money, that could be a make it or break it, that last minute booking, and there's a ton of them. If you have 3 hours, 2 hours, I've tried it, it makes the biggest difference. You won't be presented to that market, the market who's not thinking about price. They want something right there and then. They've already made a decision, but that decision has an expiration date. So if you're not getting last minute bookings because your setting's not set for 1 hour and you don't have delivery set for 1 hour and locations all set to at least 1 hour, if you have Turo Go, even better. Now you're at even a higher level where you can book or set it to even 5 minutes, which when I don't have a booking for one of my Turo Go cars, I set to 5 minutes, I have it ready, and a lot of times it'll get that booking. And that's happened consistently throughout the past couple of years, the past 3-4 years, for as long as Turo Go has been out digitally, where you don't have to install. On BMWs, you don't have to install Turo Go. You don't have to install anything. There's no device. It directly works with the BMW app and the Turo app, and it's real simple. And you should definitely look at it. I always recommend what car to get, or when people ask me, John, what car should I get for Turo? I'm always going to like a BMW just because of the ease of use for Turo Go. And if Turo Go is not in your area, then there's plenty of hacks that I share as well too. I'm in Las Vegas where Turo Go isn't available technically, but my cars came from California where Turo Go is available, and so I moved my cars to Vegas and they still have the app. So I know that there's a handful of other tour hosts, maybe a dozen at the most, that have TuroGo here in Las Vegas. So that also helps with ranking, and that's just such a great hack. I knew that was gonna be an advantage that I have, an edge that I had over the market, over this Vegas marketplace. So if you have that edge, if you're able to do that, or if you want to figure out how to do that, then connect with me, because I'd love to find out what other hacks and what other areas. And the more TuroGo people, if everybody did it in Vegas and offered that 30-minute, it will grow that market, and my business would grow as much too, or would grow even more. So if you don't have TuroGo and you're here in Vegas and you have a Tesla or you have a BMW, and I believe it works for Mercedes-Benz as well too, there might be some other brands. If there are, listen down below if you're a host and you have TuroGo, or TuroGo in a different area like California, or maybe you have a car in California that's not doing too well. Let's talk. Maybe you want to bring your car down to Vegas because you know it'd do well, and especially if it has TuroGo. Definitely connect with me. So that's number one. That's, you don't have any last minute bookings, and that's a big part of this business. If you're really looking at making money, charging a higher price, not a low price, don't offer it if you can't afford to offer it, and you definitely can't afford to offer it if your price is too low. The second one is no airport delivery. When I didn't do airport delivery, it was slow. It was almost non-existent as far as business. It would be a different business if I didn't offer airport delivery. Now my address is set to the airport, and so there's nowhere else that you're gonna pick it up unless I'm delivering it to your hotel, which is real big here in Vegas, and it looks like it's been pretty consistent in the top hotels that I deliver to, which is Wynn, Encore, which is pretty much the same area, and then a few times at the Venetian, but the Aria, I've been getting a handful at the Aria. So you have certain areas where, well, it's pretty consistent even with the price points that they have for their places. So if you're staying at the Wynn, the Encore, or the Aria, or even the Venetian or the Palazzo, you're probably not looking so much at the lower end price for things, you're looking at the higher price. And there's a big difference. You can get a room out here that's next door to the Encore, next door to the Venetian for probably $50 to $60. But if you're at the Venetian or the Encore, you're probably spending anywhere from $200 to $300, maybe even more. So that gives you kind of a good idea of, since there's renters, or if there's travelers, if there's vacationers at that price point, they're probably out there for car rentals as well too, especially with a service like Turo, where they can go on their app, they can verify their information, maybe they're already verified, the process seems like it's getting a whole lot easier, and now they can book right there and then and get a car within the hour. A lot of bookings, maybe 90%, maybe 80% at the very least, is last minute bookings. So definitely be thinking about that one. If you have last minute bookings and airport delivery, because that's what they are. They're airport delivery for me now 100%. But even back in California, it was a good amount. It was 80% at least was airport delivery, last minute bookings. Now I did have people pick up, but I also had a lot of repeat customers. And that goes off to the third one. Repeat customers and referrals, mainly repeat customers. If you're not already building repeat customers, it'd be hard to really make money in this business. I'm already getting repeat business. I'm already getting referrals. I've only been doing this down here for about 2 months, and I already have a good half a dozen, maybe even more on repeat customers. And these are people who are coming in. You have high rollers, you have people coming down here for business. There's a lot going on here in Vegas. There's a lot of reasons. People might have family down here. Maybe people left the area and now they're coming back. That's one of my repeat customers, but I'm already getting repeat customers. So if you're not working on repeat customers, then you're probably not working on referrals, and you're probably not working on reviews as well too, because reviews kind of reflect your referral business, right? And your repeat business as well too. So if you don't have repeat customers, that's definitely something you should be thinking about. And repeat customers come from a lot of things, right? Comes from more on the luxury level. Maybe like the Corvette has a lot of, well, not so much the Corvette does have referrals, but the car that has the most referrals is the BMW 7 Series. And that's been here in Las Vegas, and it had a lot of repeat customers up in California, and people would rent that car sometimes once a month, sometimes twice a month. I did have repeat customers that I built over time for the Corvette, but definitely the BMW 7 Series by far beat any other car that I've ever had, and I've had over 40 cars on this platform. So BMW 7 Series, if you're not getting repeat business, then again, it'd be really hard to make money doing this Turo business, because your repeat customers also, they're not price sensitive. They're more about the service. They like that they can book, they know that the car is super clean, it's super detailed, and it's running well, and it's a super nice car. They're not thinking about what it compares to on the other platform. Can I find something cheaper? Never do they look at, can I find something cheaper, or even ask me for a discount. And I do send them off the 15% discount during the process of writing a review. If you're not doing that, then you're also not thinking about the repeat business. Maybe the wording has to be different, but a lot of times, just by saying that 15% off discount for the next time that they rent with you will trigger a lot of repeat customers. So the fourth one, I've already mentioned it, is, we'll kind of mention it, it's you're not making enough money. And it's not just not making enough money off Turo, you're not making money off of each transaction off the car. I have a lucky number now, or I have a target number, and a number that I'm really going after, which is $178. That $178 with a 25% discount if they book for 3 days comes out to, I believe, $133 or $134. And then 75% of that, which is my take, Turo takes 25, I get 75. Well, that comes out to $100. Now, if you were to book just only the weekends, anybody in this program would say, everyone on Turo would say, that's pretty good, that's pretty decent. If you got 3 days every single weekend, there's 4 weekends in every single month, and if you're at 178, that's $300 times 4, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's $1,200 per month. That's $1,200 per month off a $178 program or day rate with a 25% discount. Now, what cars fall in that category, right? There's not too many. I mean, my Corvette goes for $178. My neighbor's Corvette, my Turo neighbor, my Turo competitors are going for $90 for the same exact car, same exact year, maybe the same exact miles as well too. And they're not getting rentals every single weekend. They might be getting 1 day, 2 days. You know, they're not getting all weekend. They're not getting as many bookings as I'm getting at the 178. Now, again, it goes back to the list before. They're not offering last minute booking. They're not offering delivery to the airport with last minute booking of up to an hour. And they might not be thinking about repeat customers. I delivered the car today to JSX, and that's a private suite. And as I'm taking pictures, right there, pulled up front while everybody came up, I had 2 people ask me, is that Turo? And so a lot of people have heard about it, but they don't know what car to get. So I'm looking at getting referrals there too. I was getting referrals from the other JSX in John Wayne or in Santa Ana, Irvine. And so I'm looking at getting referrals and repeat customers using the JSX airlines or that area where I don't have to pay for parking. It's a very small parking lot, and it's really easy to get to, and it's real close to the strip as well too. So it's ideal. And I'm glad I found that location, because there's other companies as well too there, that private jet places that I can also connect with and network with and charge the money that I need to charge. That car, 7 Series BMW, to give you the numbers, it's over $200. I think the lowest I have that is during the week, which I got the week one, which is 178, right? And they booked it from Monday, which is today, to Wednesday. That's downtime for me. Monday to Wednesday at 178, 25% off. I got the $100. That's $300. I didn't have to pay for Uber. I didn't have to pay for parking, and it's $300. And I'm pretty sure that this customer is potentially a nice repeat customer. And it'd be nice to have a repeat customer like this from Monday to Wednesday. So if I can close the gap Monday and Wednesday, earn another $300, just my downtime where most people don't get rentals, where most Turo hosts don't get rentals, Monday through Thursday, I'm getting $300. If I can close that out every single week, that's $1,200 just right there. Now I'm getting last minute bookings, I'm getting 1 day rentals, I'm getting 3 day rentals, I'm getting 1 day rentals 2 or 3 times over the weekend. And that's my Corvette and also my 7 Series. Even my X4 is doing that. And so I'm getting a nice cut off that one. So when it's over $200, when it's about $200 or even more, then I'm getting about $150 just for that day. Now, if I knock that out twice in one weekend, that's also $300, right? If I'm charging anything more than $200. Now, if I'm getting it 3 days, if I'm hitting Thursday to Sunday and I'm hitting that 150, which is 75% of 200, right? Is it 75% of 200? Yeah, $75 out of 100, 275 times 2 is 150. So 150 times 3, that's $450. So if I'm getting $450, because I'm getting 3 different rentals, right? At over $200 a day, that's $450. And then during the week, Monday through Wednesday, when most of you guys don't have rentals, and a lot of times I don't either when I'm not looking at my pricing, or if I'm not priced right, I'm looking at $300. So if you're looking at $450 for the weekend, and then $300, that's that's $750. That's $1,500 for 2 weeks. That's $3,000 per month. That's the most you can potentially make at $178 and at $200 even of a price point. So think about that when you're thinking about what car you're gonna get on the platform, because something that can potentially make $3,000, you're gonna wanna land at your car payment of anywhere from, ideally, my target's anywhere from $600 to $700 or $600 to $800, at least under $1,000. So if you only make $2,000, at least you're making $1,000 off that car. I just don't see anybody really making money if they're charging anything less than $178. And in fact, $200. More I think about it, ideally, I'd like to get in a position to where I'm only putting cars up on the platform that at the very least get $200. 178 are the cars that I have currently right now, but if I'm gonna add any cars to the platform, if I'm gonna assist any of you to put a car on the platform and we did a rev share, it definitely wouldn't be a car that didn't go for at least $200 per day. So why don't most Turo hosts, or why Turo hosts don't make any money? It's because they're not charging enough, they're not making enough money. $100 cars or less don't really have repeat customers. You can't afford the repeat customers. You can't afford the airport delivery. If you're not charging enough, there's not enough margins. If there's not enough profit, how are you gonna pay for your Lyft back, right? I'm spending $15 to $25. By the way, if you're on Lyft, there's a thing called Lyft Pink, and it's huge savings. There's a huge range of prices that I've paid for the same trip from the airport back to my house, and that's like I can pay anywhere from $18 or $19 to up to $60. With Lyft Pink, it's like 11 to 18, 11 to 17 all day long. It's remarkable, and I think it's like $10 per month that you pay. It's a membership, and that's Lyft Pink. Go check it out. And if you know any other hacks like that, perfect. But again, how are you supposed to spend if you're spending $20 to $50 for the Lyft rides, and then you're spending anywhere from $3 to $10 for the parking? Well, and then your time. How can you only make $200 for a weekend? And you're only making $200 on a 3-day rental if you're only charging $100. That's 75, 150, 225. So at a 225, you're already taking off the $50 for your expenses, and that's a rough estimate. $50 off your expenses, it's not worth it to keep that car. And then you have the note on there, so with just that simple math, on a Corvette for under $100, you're not making any money. So how are you supposed to pay for maintenance or repairs or anything else? My cars are going back to back right now, and that's the time when I need them to be checked. So a lot of times I do slip on some of these repairs or maintenance or making it look as pretty as it possibly can because it's on back to back. So downtime, that's definitely be something I'll be doing, is spending money. But how are you supposed to spend money if you're not making enough money off of each rental? So if you have a car for $90 to $140 and your note is above $700, chances are you're not making money on here on the Turo platform, and that's what I'm seeing a lot of. I will say that there's others out there that are making money just like myself, and maybe they're not sharing, you're not seeing them because their cars are booked up. The biggest difference is they are offering the delivery, they are treating this more like a business, or offering more service in order to charge more money. You can't charge more money without adding more value to the transaction. So last minute booking, delivery, repeat customers, which starts off with just communication and with that 15% discount, and then maybe even reaching out to them in communication, saying, hey, next time you come in, let me know. If they're not able to get that 15% off, let them know that you can deliver the car to anywhere. And that delivery alone will get you the repeat customers. It's crazy, that white glove service, them knowing that they can boom, 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 right on their phone, boom, 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 and they can get a car. I mean, that's a pretty cool service that makes a totally different experience than Enterprise or Hertz. You really can't compete with that. So that's pretty much it. But if you want to dive into the account real quick, I'll go ahead and share what I've been doing wrong and what's happened this weekend. This weekend was pretty good. I got all my cars out. I got some good money for them. But let's just go ahead and just pull that up. So let me start up the app here. And let's just look at today alone. I should have recorded my whole weekend, and I'll start sharing that more often. Leave a comment down below if you want me to share every single day, even if it's just of my account, off this one account, and I'll go ahead and do that. But just going back to today, I mean, for today I had 8:30 that starts 10 a.m. and then 3 p.m., right? And then on my other account, I had a few other cars as well too. But let me show you the history. This car just came back. I don't know if it's gonna show. Yeah, so 26th that came back, the Chevrolet Corvette came back on the 26th. The 7 Series, which was yesterday, Sunday or Monday, and then, Sunday. And then the X4 came back on the 26th. And then there was another car that came back on the 26th. Oh, that was on the other account. So there's 3 cars that came out and went back out today. Well, the other car came back yesterday or today. So now I'm getting confused. I have too many accounts. So let's just look at the calendar. Here's the calendar for the 7 Series BMW. And this one will show you actually even September, kind of go back. September, again, was kind of slow, but even when I'm on vacation, this car does very well. Back-to-back customers or back-to-back rentals. I do have a repeat customer, I think last month and this month as well on this car. But if you see here, if you could just see, there was a small gap. On Thursday, last Thursday, it came in on Thursday, coming in from a long weekend rental, and then it went right back out on Thursday. Perfect. Came back Sunday, which was yesterday, going back out today. Let me open that one up. Again, for JSX, and then for 2729, let's share the money on that. And I'll also share the strategy we'll look at the calendar. We've already looked at the calendar, but I'll share the strategy. You'll see here at the 3 days at 178, 3 plus day discount, discounted $133.50, which is technically almost 1 day of rental. No, well, not quite. It's 25% off is what that's calculated, and that's the maximum for the 3 plus day rentals. And I have it all set for 25% off for any duration over 3 days. So 3, 5, and 7, all set to 25% off. Again, that's the maximum discount that you can offer on a 3 day duration rental. So $0 for the delivery fee, offered the 900 miles on it. And I've been offering 300 miles per day, and nobody's taking me up on that. I mean, a lot of these cars, they go out for like 80 miles, 90 miles, 100 miles for 3 day rentals. They're not going anywhere. Trip total for them was $400. I'm gonna guess that their trip fee was maybe another $200, maybe for insurance and trip fees, $600. So I'm getting $300. So it's a 50-50 share, split share. And I'll tell you why that's very important. Well, I'll just share with you. They want to make money, right? This same renter, why would they send it to anybody else if they're making $300 on this rental? And on this rental here, when you have the higher price, it's just, there's less risk. there's less claims that happens at the higher price point. And that's also what Turo's looking for. So that's why I feel that Turo really promotes the listings and the cars that they make the most money. So the day rate has to be there and the service has to be there. Great partnership. Turo probably is looking at my account like, wow, this is a great partner offering service, great car, and a high price where they can make money as well too. It's pretty much a 50-50 kind of split, because I'm pretty sure that this person probably paid around $600 if I'm getting $300. So that's just on this past rental, and this is during the week. Again, Monday through Wednesday. I'll get it back on Thursday or Wednesday. I'll get it prepped up and fish for a Thursday rental. But let's look at the calendar so I can share with you the strategy. So from Monday, midweek, I have priced at $178 to try to get the 3-day rental. But if it only goes up for 1 day or 2 days, fine. I didn't change the price in September for midweek, and that's why I didn't get any there. But I would have definitely loved to have $600 right there. $600 is what I missed out on this car for not having the price strategy up right away. So I'm gonna make sure that the 178 is gonna go, but I also wanna make sure that I do get as many 224. So on the weekends, it's priced out at 240 or 224. I have it priced out right now for 224. I've gotten the 240. That was based off of auto pricing. The suggested auto pricing for the high is what I set for the low, and you should check out my other videos, but I'll also share that as well too. If you have a question, send me a comment down below, and I'll definitely go into detail or assist you any way possible with your pricing on your weekend strategy and your weekend strategy. And this is nothing new. This is something that you could follow. Wynn does it, Aria does it, Venetian, Palazzo, they all do it. Who doesn't do it are the ones that are offering $40, $50 rooms. If they're already so low on the $50, you'll never see a $50 room being discounted to $25 in midweek. I mean, you might, but I wouldn't advise staying there. So let's see now the X4. The X4 started doing well out of nowhere. When I first brought it down, it had nothing. I think I was priced way too high. I adjusted the price down a little bit. I had it priced similar to the 7 Series, but it didn't get that 7 Series pricing. So this one, I'm doing a little bit different. I'm already getting bookings, and I switched this mid-month. I thought I was gonna take this car on vacation, so that's why it missed out the first 2 weeks. Again, I bombed on the first 2 weeks, missing close to $600 on this car as well too. And so that's kind of painful, but since I got back, I was pretty aggressive on the pricing. And again, when I changed to this price strategy, I shared it on a video. So definitely, subscribe to the channel, watch my videos. A lot of times I'll share what strategies or what changes I'm making to my calendar or my pricing. So here I have 134. I have it across the board. I think I'm trying to fill the gaps. But what I will do is, for example, let's look at one of the weekends that are busy. So last weekend of October, let's look at this account here. This account I only got 195. So on this 195 here, it was only for the 134 with the 25% discount. So definitely not happy about that one. Definitely messed up there. Again, being lazy, being in vacation mode kind of just made me slip. Of course, that was a busy weekend. Let's go back and look at the calendar for the 7 Series and see if I have anything for that weekend, and if not, which of course I do. September, oh no, I don't, but it's 224. I'm gonna keep it high. I definitely don't want to get too greedy, because I've also messed up there being too greedy and keeping the price too high. So I'm not gonna change anything there. I already messed up the mid-month. I'm kind of scared to even do a little bit lower price on the 15th and 16th. So let's see what my adjusted price is. Going back to the strategy of how I set my pricing, 178 is the recommended, and then so what I do is I take the 178 that's recommended for the high, and I simply just place it here, 178. So let's go with that. And then what we'll do is we will go to the calendar, and then I still want to fill in these gaps. and it seems like 134 is a good price for this car. So I'm gonna go and make sure that I fill in the middle, because I definitely want this car to go out. Recommended $69. I have competitors with the same car for $69. The car's not going out. 134, and we're gonna go to the 8th. Was it the 8th? I think it was Thursday. Let's just make sure. I believe it was 134 till Thursday. Not Friday, Thursday. All right, perfect. So let me just change this back, or just remove this. Oh shoot, remove this custom pricing here. And then what else do I have? So I don't price Thursday discounted usually, because I want the car to come back by Wednesday, by Thursday for sure, not book Thursday so I can have a Friday booking. But since this car already has a Sunday booking, I'm gonna have to just discount pretty much. I see what I probably did here is I discount 134 because there's too many 134s I have to adjust. So because I have a booking on the 17th on a Sunday, that means I'm not gonna get the long weekend booking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, right? Or whatever, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I'm gonna go ahead and just discount this to a price point that I know people will pick up at. And again, this is the minimum on this car is a one-day rental. So I can get multiple rentals in a week that are just one day and still clear the $100 per day. So at 134, 75% of 134 is $100. So let's go ahead and just make sure that we have Saturday up to that, 134. Last week I did have a booking because somebody wanted to extend for just a couple more hours. So I changed the price on more than the day after, or a day after that I should have, or the day that it came back, and it was set for like $60 or $54, which is the lowest I can go in this car, and someone booked it for 1 hour. It was an error, I think, but I canceled that booking, and again, that was from just missing it, being lazy. So 134 on a Thursday, I think that's already set for that week, and yep, so 20 to 21, 134, and then we're gonna go just from the 25th to the 28th. So 25th to the 28th. 25th to the 28th. Do I already have it set there? $134. So also, because November is the beginning of the month is usually slow, especially if it lands on if the first is on a Monday. So I'm gonna discount 1 to 3, November 1st to November 3. And we'll go from there. I'll go do this to my other listings, to my other accounts as well too. But let me just finish up on these two cars here. This car's a little bit different. The Corvette goes out quite a bit, but as you can see, I love driving this car around, so I haven't been too aggressive on the pricing strategy here. But if you can see, here's 242 is on the weekend, and you can see that I am getting the 242. No, this one I only got 134. So I must have priced this up for 134 already, and I got that. So 178 is probably a price that I will get 300 for 178. What I'll probably end up doing on this one as well too is I really want the rentals. So what we'll do is we'll do 178 from the 28th. And we'll do it until the 31st. All right, so that will take us until next month. And since we have a booking for it on Sunday, we might as well do it on the 1st and 2nd. Or we should hold off. Let's go ahead and do the 178 on this price too. 178 on this one. Recommended $98. If you're pricing way too low, if you're using the recommended pricing and going lower than that, I would have to say you're not just killing your Turo business, but you're killing the Turo market around you. Anybody competing at that level, the more people will do it, the faster that they'll get out of the market. And that's not exactly where I would want you. I want you on the higher end of the market, making money, calling for a higher price, servicing a higher market. So it looks like I already did 178 and 242 on this car for the weekend. So I'm gonna keep it as that so that I can see whether or not we get those numbers. Let's see, this one's a third one for, how much is this one? 185. So this one went out for a single day at 242. One day, $24 early bird discount. So they got the 25, and then they applied the trip cleaning fee. So not only do they pay $242 for a C7 2019, they're getting free delivery. They got a $25 discount technically, and then they even applied a $25 cleaning fee. This person, I'm getting $185. It's going out for one day, and they're probably gonna drive it for 300 miles. So, because it's given 300 miles. 300 miles is why they probably chose this car, because what ends up happening with a lot of people on the Turo market is they'll charge low, and then they'll price their mileage accordingly. And so they're looking for a specific type of client that's almost non-existent. Very rare to find that customer. And if you do, it's probably not going to become a repeat customer. Now, some of you might say that $300 or $185 isn't enough for 300 miles. But I'll tell you right now, highway miles, 300 miles, if they're going 150, somewhere in 150 miles back, they're not really going that far. I mean, they will make it to California, they will make it to Utah, but I don't mind that driving. And it's 185 on a single day. It gives me an opportunity to make some more money that weekend. And that's what happened this month as well too, is I was getting these 242 and I wasn't being aggressive, so a mistake on my end, but the strategy will be a little bit different as I'm closely looking at this account here. And I will be sharing this almost on a daily basis. I'll be sharing at least 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for sure. And so I'll share with you on how I'm going to be aggressive about this car in these following months, especially in the next couple of weeks here. I definitely want this car to go out and make me a ton of money. The Tahoe, I was driving this around again, and so I'm priced out on the weekends pretty high, and I also thought I was going to take this car, so I left the pricing high. So I really messed up the first 2 weeks of September, but if you see August and then you see July, it's been doing pretty good. But I definitely want this car to go out. I have it priced to where I want it, so it's 178. Again, that's my floor that I want for this car. 214 is I think the recommended price on the high. So that's how I got that. So let me just show that with you. It's actually 193. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this to 193 because that's what's recommended for the maximum price is 193. So let's see what that calendar looks like now. 193 to 178. Let's see what difference that makes. But that's pretty much it. That's my shared my settings for my calendar. What else is there? There's earnings. Like I said, I bombed the beginning of this month, July, August, September. But even bombing the first 2 weeks, I mean, this should have been a $10,000 per month, but I made quite a bit of mistakes. I really messed up the first 2 weeks. I messed up this weekend with the Tahoe, not bringing it down. I should have done that 193 early this week. I did have another car to drive around, which was the Jeep, which I'm transferring this out, getting rid of that one, not renting that one out anymore. And let's see, October is already looking pretty good with already on the books, almost $4,000. I got future bookings for over $4,000 already, but October should kill it. And so a lot of times, a lot of hosts out there, they'll tell you that this is a slow month and next month's gonna be even slower. it's not really the market right now to be slow. People are getting out. If you're out here in Vegas, if you're out in anywhere that's pretty nice, people are traveling. And the type of money that we're going after is a little bit different than a lot of the market that is being serviced in the past year. You got to remember that if your sales are down, you might have been targeting the wrong type of client, and maybe those checks ran out. Maybe those freebie checks ran out. And now the freebie rentals have also ran out for you. So hopefully you switch gears, raise your prices, make enough money, put some cool cars on the program. Don't put anything old. That's my mistake. I've made that mistake. I'm living that. I'm experiencing that mistake right now. I've helped quite a few of you get cars as well too. These are awesome cars. I'm glad that they're doing well. And thank you for leaving comments and sharing, because I think if more people share about their success, even their failures, then we can learn from it and move forward. And you can see really where the market is. It's not what it seems like on paper or on screen. You got to think about what your surrounding areas are, how well they're doing, watch other markets. There's other there's other places I watch. I watch these hotels and their pricing. Why are some of them discounting? Some of them are going higher. And so if you look into that, this is nothing new. It's nothing that I've figured out myself. I'm just following the path, following these other places, and looking at where people are having the car delivered to. Like I said, Wynn, Aria are so far the winners. I do have the new resort as well too, which is priced pretty well, which is the Resorts World. So that one actually, I've had 3 deliveries there, which I totally forgot. And actually one of them was a referral from a repeat customer. So a customer became a repeat customer and gave me a referral. So that's 3 rentals off of a car that went out at the highest price, higher than anybody else, because they probably didn't look. And Turo's probably super happy, so they presented them with my vehicle when they knew that they were looking for a specific type of car, they're looking for a specific type of price range, and very few people service that level. And so we definitely need more Turo hosts to get on the platform, get a Tahoe, get a 2021 Tahoe, get a 2020 Tahoe, charge $250, and just look and see what other cars in your market, right, in your area that are needed, right? If you have a cool car like a Polaris Slingshot, the latest Polaris Slingshot, those cars do very well out here in Vegas. Definitely need a top, because I think that's the #1 complaint for most people, is that it gets way too hot. But also what I've heard from hosts on the other side, on this side, that they're getting sometimes 3 rentals in one day, 2 rentals in one day, 3 rentals in the weekend. And those 3 rentals at the higher price, I mean, you're looking at like a Polaris Slingshot from a 2018 Polaris Slingshot going for $75 to $90, not even able to compete with a 2020 or 2021 automatic Slingshot with a roof going for $200. So kind of gives you an idea of how to enter the market, but it's not just about what you think you would rent. Think about what is being rented. Compete at a different level than what everybody thinks that they're competing at. But if you need help, leave a comment down below. If you have a question, leave a comment down below. It definitely helps out other hosts as well too, watching these videos, needing this information, and looking at ways to make money on Turo. Because if you're not making money on Turo, start off with these 4 things and watch this video again. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. If not, I'm sure I'll show up once again. Till the next video, thanks for watching.